Running. There is blood, gore, intense violence, nudity. Just want to make sure my audio is okay.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another tabletop adventure here at Digital Woods. Today we have a 1,000-point game between Crimson Fist Space Marines
and Bad Moon's Orks.
It's the first time I'm running Crimson Fist, and I'm trying to avoid just about any Primus, so we'll see how all that works. So let's get to our armies, get to the action, and we will see you in a bit. Woo!
Alright, so here is going to be my 1,000 points of Orks, more like 998 for this one. I'm going to be running Bad Moons and in a battalion detachment. So getting right into my Warlord, which is going to be a big mech in power armor. He's going to be bringing along with him his custom Mega Blaster. I'm going to upgrade his Power Claw into Decilaclaw through the Relic system. And he's going to be bringing a custom Force Field, as well as a Grot Oiler to help with those repair rolls. Lastly, his Warlord trait is going to be Follow Me Lads, because yay command points. Which brings me to my next character, who's going to be a Weird Boy with all of his standard gear. And I'll be spending a command point here to make him a Warp Head. So plus, I think 1 in that psychic phase, as well as more psychic powers. So, and his psychic powers are going to be Smite as always, the Jump, and the Crunch. Next up is going to be Troops, who I'm going to be bringing 3 groups of 10 identical boys, all carrying shooters. And then on to Elites, where I'm bringing 1 Pain Boy with all his standard gear, Power Claw, Early Syringe. Then after that, I'm bringing a group of 3 Knobs on Warbikes with their DACA guns, and I've upgraded all 3 of them with Power Claws. On to Heavy Support, where I'm bringing a Battle Wagon with a Killacannon and 4 big shooters, as well as 1 Def Rolla. Then on to I'm bringing a Looted Wagon with using Tom's kind of custom rules for it to allow it to be played in not open play. So I'll be bringing along a Killacannon and 2 big shooters with that. And lastly, to kind of fill out points, I'm bringing 1 truck with a big shooter. And that's my army.
Okay folks, this is going to be my 1,001 points of Crimson Fists. It's split up between 2 detachments, a battalion detachment and a Vanguard Detachment. So let's start off with our battalion detachment here. And particularly starting off with a captain in Gravis armor, which is going to be my Warlord. He's going to have himself a mastercrafted power sword, a Bolt Storm gauntlet. The power sword will be upgraded to the Burning Blade via the Relic system, and he will have the Warlord trait, the Imperium's Sword, making him a pretty decent melee threat. So we'll see if he can get into actually any good fights in this. For my second HQ choice, I have a Lieutenant who is going to be equipped with a mastercrafted bolt gun, a bolt pistol, regular war gear that he comes with, and he will also be upgraded with a relic, spending 1 point there, to give him the Primarch's Wrath unique weapon replacing his mastercrafted bolt gun. I did forget to mention for the captain in Gravis armor, I am spending 2 points on him to make him a chapter master. It's giving that extra reroll bonuses. Moving on to troops, I have 3 identical 5-man tactical squads that have chainswords on the sergeants and a heavy bolter in each squad. Moving on from that, I have 2 heavy supports. One of which is going to be a a stalker, equipped with all his regular weapons and a storm bolter. And for a second heavy support, I have a squad of Devastators, 5 man, 4 heavy bolters in the squad, and the sergeant rocking his usual war gear. And that should make up my battalion detachment. Moving on to my Vanguard Detachment, which is going to be led by a tech marine, and in his war gear will be fully equipped with his bolt gun, his flamer with the upgrade, the plasma cutter, 2 servo arms, and a power axe. So, giving him a variety of tools of the trade. For elite choices, I have myself a dreadnought that has a assault cannon, dreadnought close not an assault cannon, a twin link las cannon, dreadnought close combat weapon, and a stormbolter. I also have a Primus Apothecary in this Vanguard. No upgrades on him because he can't take any, and he's a nice good 50-point elite choice. And for my final elite choice for the Vanguard, I have a squad of Terminators. 5-man, running Stormbolters on all of them, except for one which will have an Assault Cannon, Power Fist for 4 of them, and since the Sergeant is mandatory to take a Power Sword on the Sergeant. And that, I do believe, makes up my 1,001 points of Crimson Fists. Okay, and here we are deployed for our Sealed Orders mission. It is a Maelstrom mission from the 2017 chapter approved book. It follows most Maelstrom rules. There is 6 tactical objectives scattered around the board. At the start of the first turn, however, each player generates up to 6 objectives that they must attempt to secure. Normally those orders would be hidden, but we're going to skip that for the sake of recording. In this one, you go and attempt to score your objectives. You can only generate new tactical objectives if you have no active tactical objectives currently going on. When you do, however, run out of tactical objectives, you generate up to 5, and then when you run out again, down to 4, and so on. So eventually you could possibly run out of tactical objectives, but that's not very likely.
No.
To help you move through tactical objectives you might not be able to do, they added a stratagem for 1 point that allows you to discard up to 3 active tactical objectives at the end of your turn. There's still First Blood, Slay the Warlord, and Linebreaker in effect. Before going over the board state, the Crimson Fists have a group of Terminators in Deep Strike. Mike deployed all his units on the board. Both of his battle wagon has a squad of boys and his Warlord, I think.
Yeah, and my Warlord Big Mac.
Warlord Big Mac in it. And then the other truck has a squad of boys and the Pain Boy.
And this has nothing in it.
Yeah, he just threw a dude on top of it too.
Recognize that it's more orky.
Yeah. Alright, and he finished deploying first by sticking a good chunk of his army into vehicles. So we are going to need to do the roll-off to see who gets to go first. Who gets to go first?
Well, 3 and 3.
So you have a 4 because you're a +1. You finished deploying first. Would you like to go first?
Sure.
Alright, I will attempt to seize. I do not.
No.
So it will be Bad Moon's turn 1.
Woo! For Orcs turn 1, before movement, I'm going to be picking up my objectives. So first one's going to be defend objective 3, which is solidly right there, so I'll probably throw that out later. Defend objective 5, which is in my deployment, so there's that. Overwhelming firepower, kill something in the shoot phase. Fair enough. Here we go. Wah! Score 1 victory point if 3 or more Orc units in your army made a charge move this turn.
It's not going to happen this turn.
No. Secure objective 1. It's right there. No problem. And get 'em, boss. Score 1 victory point if an enemy model was slain by my warlord in the fight phase.
That's not happening this turn either.
No. So, not overly horrible, but mix and match. So, on to movement. Alright, so movement for Orcs turn 1. I had all of my vehicle-based models move up their full move, except for him doing a little bit less just to get within that 3 inches of holding objective 1. Also back here, I didn't move anyone, so they can hold objective 5 and then maybe to jump later. With movement out of the way, onto Psychic, where I'm going to attempt the jump on this group of boys. So it's Warp Charge 7, and here we go. Got it with an 8. Actually, 9 with
Was a +1.
With a +1, with 10 boys, so 10. So I didn't get up to 12.
You gave him the...
I gave him Warp Head, which I thought is +1.
No, that's one additional psychic power that he knows and can cast.
Okay, so it's just the +1 from the 10 boys.
Yes.
Sweet. So I'll move them in just a bit. And after the jump, they ended up all right here, ready to just shower that group with some shoot-arounds. With that in mind, on to shoot phase. Alright, so for shooting phase, I'm going to have this group of orcs go first, putting all their attacks into that group right there. I've got 20 shots with their shooters, hitting on 5s. As all orcs do. 6s matter for Daka Daka Daka, so that's 3 6s.
And 2 5s?
And two 5s. And a lot of rerolling 1s. 6 and 7 rerolls for being bad moons. For 2 more Daka Daka Dakas. So totaling 5. Get out of here. 5 Daka Daka Dakas, which gets me 1 more hit. 8 hits, wounding on 4s. For 2. Not great.
Alright, I'm in a crater and no AP on those weapons, so 2 up saves. Do I want to start bleeding command points now? No. Alright, I'll lose it, dude.
Alright. 1 gone. Yay. Alright, so next up in the shooting phase is going to be the looted wagon, starting off with its, well, firing everything into this group as well. Starting off with its kilocannon, which is a d6 number of shots. For 1.
You want to start bleeding command points.
I'll start bleeding command points with this reroll. Yeah, rerolling with 1 command point. For 1. Oh well, that was to be. So hitting on 5s, because orcs.
You did hit, though.
I did hit. And wounding on strength 8 versus probably wounding on 2s?
Tough of 4.
Tough of 4, wounding on 2s. Made it. That's AP -2.
Yep. Which means I'll have a 4-up save. I rolled yet another 1. That's not a good sign for this game.
And that does 2 damage, so it's probably just another 1 gone. Alright, next up, his 6 shots from his big shooter, hitting on 5s, and nothing from that. And remembering that I'm actually bad moons, I rolled 2 1s for that, so re-rolling those 1s. For still no shots hit, so either way, next up is going to be the
Battle Wagon?
Battle Wagon. Thank you, Tom. I can think of words. Who's got still the kilocannon and now 4 big shooters. I'm going to put the big shooters into that group and the kilocannon into the front group of these guys right here.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure he doesn't have any other actual gun. Oh, no. Open topped.
I doubt you're within 18 of anything.
Fair enough. Let me measure real quick. Alright, so next in the shooting phase is going to be the battle wagon and its onboard occupants. So just dividing up the shots here, I'm going to have all of the boys on board shoot at this group of 3 here, along with the big shooters from the actual vehicle. And then the Big Mac and Power Armor is going to fire his 1 shot at this group, along with the kilocannon from the vehicle at that group. So, starting off with the boys, firing over here, 20 shots hitting on 5s, 6s matter, rerolling 1s. So I've got 2 6s.
2 5s, I think.
And 2 5s. Oh, 3. And then for 1s, I think I just had the loud people upstairs. 1 reroll from that into a Daka Daka Daka. So that's 3 Daka Daka Dakas for 1 more extra hit.
1 extra shit.
Hit, I can speak. And wounding on 4s. For 4?
For 2-up saves.
Alright, next up is going to be the big shooters, going into that group of 3, with 12 total shots, hitting on 5s. 6s matter. Oh my god, 6s matter. And I'll start actually with the rerolling 1s for no additional hits.
But you have 4 Daka Dakas and a regular hit.
Yep, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Daka Daka Dakas.
Rerolling 1s.
Rerolling 1s.
For 1 extra.
Alright.
So 4 plus 1, you have 5 hits.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hits, wounding on 4s. 3s.
Correct.
So, total of 3 possible wounds.
2-up save. Made them all.
Ah. Should have gone all in. Oh well. And then the D6 number of shots for the Killacannon into that front group. For 3. Alright, so 3 shots hitting on 5s. None. Unfortunate, that is. The 1 shot coming out of the custom Mega Blasta, going to that same group up there on the hill. Hitting on 5s, re-rolling 1s.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, he takes a mortal wound.
Yay.
Alright, next up is going to be the truck with its, basically all of its shots, including the onboard occupants, going into that group there. So starting with the boys and their 20 shots, hitting on 5s, wounding on 4s, you know the drill. 5 1s, re-rolling into
That was good. Good.
2 actual hits, and then 1 Daka Daka Daka. 2, 3, 4 total Daka Daka Dakas. Getting me 1 more hit.
And then you have 2 5s over there.
Yep, and then 2 5s. So 1 and 2. So 9 shots, wounding on 4s. For 3. Wish I had rerolling wounds of 1.
Alright, in cover, got that 2-up save. Made them all.
Ah. And then the 1 big shooter from that group going into the same target. Hitting on 5s. Daka Daka Daka. All 3 hit. And then wounding on 4s. 3s. For 2 possible wounds.
2-up save. Made it.
Darn. And then lastly is going to be the bikers up on top of the hill.
Mm-hmm.
So finishing off the shooting phase with the 3 knobs on war bikes, firing everything they have into that group right there. Just 18 shots from the Daka guns, hitting on 5s, Daka 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 on 6s, and re-rolling 1s. So that's going to be 3 re-rolls into nothing else.
That's okay, you got 5 Daka Dakas.
I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, any additional hits?
Ooh,
No.
But you get to reroll 1s.
I do get to reroll 1s.
For
For 1 additional.
So 6 from that, and you have 1 5.
Yep. So, total of 7 hits, wounding on 3s. For 5 possible wounds.
5 2-up saves.
Yay, I got 1.
Failed 1.
You still haven't spent a command point.
Yeah, and this is the end of your shooting phase, so
Yep.
might as well. Yay.
Yeah.
No damage.
Alright, with all that out of the way, nothing else for me to do. Not charging anything. So at the end of Orks turn 1, I managed to almost, or halfway, defend Objective 5.
Start defending.
Start defending. Secured Objective 1. And unfortunately did not kill anything in the Shooting phase. So I'm getting there. That's one objective, or 1 point for me. And on to Tom's turn 1.
Okay, before I get into any movement for the Crimson Fist turn 1, I need to generate my 6 objectives. Hold the line. I auto get that one because you have no one in my deployment zone this turn.
Yep.
And I don't think I'm going to move all of my army out of it.
Nope.
Honor the chapter. Score 1 victory point if at least one enemy model has lost a wound as a result of an attack made or a psychic power manifested by a Adeptus Astartes character model from your army. Score D3 victory points if instead an enemy character model was destroyed as the result of an attack or psychic power as by one of your characters.
Gesundheit.
Yes, so basically one of my characters have to either wound or kill one of your characters.
Fair enough.
Which will be a bit difficult as they're all safely tucked away.
Yes.
Secure objective 1. That'll be a bit hard.
Good luck.
Defend objective 1.
Good luck.
Defend objective 2. It's right there.
It's right there. You can do that.
Yeah, that's defend, not secure.
Yeah.
And secure objective 4, I'm on it.
You are.
So
Good. Fair enough.
I'll get hold the line and secure. And I might start working on defend. But the rest are going to be pretty hard to get. Alright, turn 1 for the Crimson Fists. It's pretty straightforward for movement. Nothing in my army moved except for this squad just shuffling enough to get within 3 inches of objective 2.
Fair enough.
Alright, with that being done, I'll be moving on to my psychic phase, which I have no psychers, so on to the shooting phase. These guys are going to go ahead and activate first, and they're going to go ahead and put all their heavy bolters into that squad.
Fair enough.
The heavy bolters starting off their shooting. The sergeant is going to go ahead and do a signum on one of them, making it a 2-up to hit for that one model. So I'll start with the 3 that are going to be hitting on 3s, rerolling all to hit because the nearby Chapter Master. For 2 misses that get to be rerolled into all hit. Strength 5 weapon versus a tough 5 target, so force to wound, rerolling 1s to wound because of the nearby lieutenant. Okay, 1, 2, 3 wounds and 3 rerolls. 4 wounds so far. And then the heavy bolter that's going to be hitting on 2s. All hits. Wounding on 4s. 1 more. So 5 wounds in total. It's AP minus 1.
Alright, so that's going to be 5 ups. I made 1.
Okay.
That's not great.
No. So that's a model dead and 1 wound on another.
Yep. Would you mind pulling the one closest to you?
Okay. And then I imagine you want the other guy.
Yep.
Okay. Next, this squad is going to go ahead and activate and put all their shots there.
Fair enough.
So 2 are going to be in rapid fire range, 2 are out of rapid fire range, and there is a heavy bolter in that squad. Okay, starting off with the bolters, hitting on 3s. Okay. So 1 miss and 3 successful hits, but because I'm Crimson Fist, 6s count as an additional shot. You have to roll to see if it hits because it is a bolter weapon.
Fair enough.
So 1 extra hit from that.
We both have Daka.
Yes, and I completely missed that on my heavy bolters.
No.
And these are going to be looking for 5 to wound, though. For a total of 3 wounds. No AP on these, though.
Total of 3 wounds. So that's going to be 3 4-ups, of which I make none. So that's another dead and 1 wound on my leader.
Yep. And then the heavy bolter that is in the squad, hitting on 3s. Alright, up next is my Dreadnought is going to activate. He's going to put all his shots into the truck because he really can't target anything else. Kind of wish I did some stuff better over here, but hey, moving on. Starting off with his twin las cannon, 2 shots, hitting on 3s. Rerolling to hit. Both hit. Strength 9 versus Stealth of something weaker. Wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s to wound. And I am going to spend a command point to reroll this. Okay, both wound. Okay, with AP -4, 3 base, with an additional -1 because of Devastator Doctrine.
I have no save.
Can go straight through doing 2d6 damage. An 11 total, but he has Ramshackle.
Which I'm really hoping on, so here's hoping for 2-6 for Ramshackle, which would negate it down to... Alright, so I'm just going to re-roll all that. So starting with the 6,
Yeah.
I don't get it. Then with the 5, I don't get it. So all 11 go through because I was dice happy.
Just went straight for it and...
Does that pop it, or does it have 12 wounds?
It has 10. Does it explode?
Does it explode? Is it close enough to matter near anything?
The guys inside...
Okay, yeah, it does. So on a 6, it explodes.
It does.
Can I spend a command point?
You can absolutely spend a command point.
Cool. It doesn't explode.
It doesn't explode range anyway. Within 6 inches.
So it
Might have
probably
gotten
gotten
the
the bike.
Which would be D3 mortal wounds.
Yeah, okay. So I'm glad I spent the command point there.
Okay, and now I actually have to look up the disembark rules, because it's been a while since a vehicle died with anything in it.
Alright, so emergency disembarked. All within 3 inches of the now exploded vehicle. And time for the 11d6 of do they get a mortal wound?
No, slain. The
Slain.
model's slain.
Oh, fun. So 11d6 on ones, the model is slain, and I get to pick which model. So I'm rolling them all at once. Whee! 2. Goodbye, 2 boys.
2 of the boys did not make it out. Okay, and then the truck is removed.
Yep.
It's been a while since we've had a transport die with people in it.
It has. And unfortunately, just we went over the order of ops. I would not be able to use the command point on loot it, because it's destroyed before these models are actually on the board to spend the point on.
Yes, because the order, it says a transport is destroyed causing a disembark. To do loot it, it's when a vehicle is destroyed.
Yes.
So they have to be in position already.
Yep, so it's mainly meant for if I'm next to a vehicle it is destroyed, or attacking a vehicle and it is destroyed.
Yeah.
So, oh well, sad face for me. They'll continue to have a 6-up save.
Just good for me.
So, on to the rest of your shooting.
Alright, with the truck being destroyed, my Storm Bolter shots fizzle because it can't shoot at anything with that now. Moving on to the tactical squad there, which now has a target for all the regular bolters. So that squad's going to fire all their bolters down into the boys and fire their heavy bolter up into the biker.
Fair enough.
So let's start off with the bolt guns. There is a total of 8 shots because I did not move with this squad. My bolter discipline kicks off and I can rapid fire at full range.
Ooh.
Hitting on 3s, rerolling all to hit. Man, I wish I did something special on 6s.
That's...
Oh wait, I do. These are bolt guns. Those are 5 extra shots.
Oh. Oh. That's not good for me.
2 rerolls that I get for free. So 1 miss from my starter and I get 5 extra shots. My 5 extra shots, hitting on 3s. Rerolling all to hit because nearby chapter master. All hit. So I, out of 8 shots, hit 13.
He stole my Daka.
And do it better. Alright, and wounding on 4s. 2 1s and a 3. 1s get to reroll because of Lieutenant. All but 1 wound. So 12 wounds onto that boys squad.
Alrighty then. Alright, with that glorious shooting out of the way, on to my probably not so glorious 6-up saves, where I make 3 of them, so 3 lived.
And then your 6 up, feel no pains.
Yep. Feel no pains.
One more.
One more.
So 8 go down? Out of a
1,
squad of
2,
8 remaining.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to pull all of the boys
And put one
put one into the knob.
So I think that knob flees.
I think that knob flees. And I don't think I'm spending
2
really
points to keep a 1 wound knob around.
So I'm going to pull him as well. Just get it.
Leave him because I can't shoot at your pain boy then.
Well, I was just going to pull him early. Fair enough. I'll just leave it.
Yeah. And the last part of that squad shooting was the heavy bolter I did declare up into that biker. Kind of wish I put it into the squad just to finish it.
Yep.
So 3 shots going up into the biker, hitting on 3s. We're rolling all to hit. 2 hits. Strength 5 versus tough of 4, so 4 is 2 wound. Only 1 wound, and I've already spent my reroll for my shooting phase.
AP?
-1.
-1.
Actually, -2 because of
1 6 up.
mid.
Made it.
Okay.
He lives. Will still probably run away in fear.
Yeah, he only lost 2 from his unit. He should be fine.
Yeah, I think he's got leadership 7 though. So
On a
5.
On a 6, he'll flee.
Yeah.
That could happen, but maybe not. All right, let me do some quick measuring for my remaining over here, and then I'll move on. So up next, my Stalker is going to go ahead and activate. It's going to fire its 2 anti-air weapons at the biker and its combi bolter, storm bolter at the orcs over there.
Got it.
So let's start off with the ones going into the orcs. 4 shots, hitting on 2s because of the Crimson Hand special rules. We're rolling to hit. All hit. Strength 4 versus tough of 4 targets, so force to wound. 3 wounds.
You don't reroll wounds?
Of 1.
3 4-ups. It's not even like a heavy weapon, so it gets 1
No,
from...
it's literally just rapid fire.
Okay, so I made 1, failed 2. It's dead.
Well, it's into the boys.
Oh, all right. For some reason, I thought it was going that way.
No,
It's like-
that's the anti-air weapons.
I half paid attention. My apologies.
So it gets 2 boys. All right, and now for the anti-air weapons going into the bike. Hitting on 4s. We're rolling to hit. 2 hits so far. All hit. And strength 7, so wounding on 3s. We're rolling 1s to wound. For 5 wounds, which I think are AP -1 normal, so AP -2. Let me double check.
All right. All right, so that's going to be what, AP -2 from that?
Yep.
So 5 6-ups. Hey, look at that. It died.
Takes 6 wounds because it's 2 damage a pop.
Ugh. All right, well, no.
First blood.
Yep, first blood. Bled.
Okay, so they went, everything in here that can shoot went, this is gone. This will now activate, firing up in there. There are 8 models remaining conveniently, so they get the benefit of their chapter tactic.
They do happen to get just that.
So starting off with the bolt guns and rapid fire, hitting on 2s, no rerolls. All hit. Wounding on 4s. For 2, no rerolls.
2 5-ups.
Yeah.
Sweet, so 2 dead.
And then the heavy bolter, hitting on 2s, no rerolls, so only 2 hits. Wounding on 3s for 2 wounds with EP -2 because of Devastator Doctrine.
Cool. So that's 2 dead.
Yep.
So total of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hey, look. Another need of a morale.
All right, and that is it for my shooting. I have no more things that could charge. Well, technically they could, but with the hill bits up, they would never make it.
Yes.
So that is going to be the end of my turn. You need to do your morales for the squad that's guaranteed to fail unless you spend 2.
No, I'm not even going to roll for them. He's gone.
And then they lost 6. I think their standard leadership is 7.
7 with the knob.
So 1, you're fine. Everything more, you flee.
All right. And
3 flee.
so
All but the
I
knob.
don't think I've got breaking heads over here, so all but the knob.
This is gone, and this is gone.
Yep. This isn't looking great for me.
That was a very productive shooting phase for me.
That was very productive.
Alright, at the end of my turn here, I did succeed in hold the line because you're not in my deployment zone yet. I successfully secured objective 4. Started defending 2. You do succeed in defending 5.
Yay!
And I'm going to go ahead, and even though it's quite possible for my character to do 1 wound to a character, any of my characters do 1 wound, I'm going to head and spend 1 command point to discard, secure, and defend 1, and honor my chapter, purely so I can draw up to 5 on my next turn.
Fair enough.
I really wish I could hold on to honor my chapter, because that would actually be super easy to still do.
Yep.
So,
On to my turn 2. Alright, so movement for turn 2 orcs. Now, a little bit less on the field. I had the the looted wagon move up, it's full 12. Had the battle wagon just kind of shift over, provide some paltry amount of cover for the pain boy, who's now out in the wild. I spent 3 command points on basically the green tide.
the unstoppable green tide.
The unstoppable green tide, on getting rid of this group and then kind of respawning them over in this corner, more than 9 inches away from any enemy models and 6 inches, wholly 6 inches from the edge of any side of the board. With all that movement out of the way, onto psychic phase, where I really, really, really need the jump to happen.
Yeah.
So, warp charge of 7.
Well, in perils, but
I'm going to spend a command point, because even on the smallest value, I will still get the jump off.
Yep. Another 6.
Are you right?
The worst case scenario. Well, to be fair, not the true worst. It would have been a double 1 back to a double 1.
Yes. All right.
Well, he jumps and then takes D3 mortal wounds.
All right. So I'll just do
Or
D3
and then jump, but whichever.
D3
Way.
1. Okay. So he's still around,
Yep.
and so I'll move him. All right. Now that the weird boy is over here in his nice little pocket of safety, onto my second psychic power, which I think I'm going to do to crunch on this group of 5 over here.
It's a bit of a risk, but
I might get something.
yeah.
It's better than the alternative of smite on just the tank, or the crunch over here with even less possibility.
Yeah.
So, warp charge of 8, which it's a 7 surrounded by 10 boys. 8.
You get it.
I get it. Alright, so that's going to be 5 dice. On 6s, I do a mortal wound. Doing 2 mortal wounds. Then on 2 dice, if I get a 10 up, I get to do that again. I didn't, that's a 4. So just 2 mortal wounds. Alright, so starting off shooting phase with this group of boys right here, firing literally everything into that squad of 3. So 20 shots, hitting on 5s, 6s matter, and re-rolling 1s. For a few re-rolling 1s, let's see, 1 6, 2 6,
3 5s.
4 5s. 7 1s for re-rolling for 3 more Daka Daka Dakas, totaling in 5 Daka Daka Dakas for 2 more additional hits, totaling in a handful of dice.
11 hits.
Sweet.
Just 9 misses.
So, wounding on 4s. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds.
5 2-up saves. That 1 will go down.
Alright. Alright, next up is going to be the looted wagon, who begrudgingly will fire everything into that group of now 2. So starting with the killer cannon with its d6 number of shots. For one hit.
One shot.
One shot. Hitting on a 5.
Got it.
Got it. Wounding on a 3. No.
2.
2. Wounding on 2. Now I'm going to spend the command point. Wounds.
Okay.
I have 1 command point left.
EP minus 2. Work rate?
Yes. 2 damage.
Alright. 4 up save, because being in the cover. Made it.
God damn it. And then 6 shots from the 2 big shooters, hitting on 5s. Rerolling 1s. For 1 hit, 1 daka. Converting into 2 additional hits, so 3 hits. Wounding on 3s, sorry. 3 possible wounds. No AP.
2 up saves.
Yay! You're going to spend a command point.
Just to keep the unit alive and annoying. Yeah.
Damn it.
Which means, sorry, Sergeant, but the heavy bolter will remain.
Have you lost enough to do a morale?
I lost 2. I'd have to, probably leadership 7, so yeah, probably on a 6.
Okay. Alright, so next, and also last in the shooting phase is going to be the battle wagon, mixing its shots up. So starting off, or I'm going to be having the 2 heavy weapons, the custom mega blaster and the killer cannon, go into the dreadnought. All 20 shots from the orcs on board go into the heavy bolter squad. A absolute waste of 4 big shooters into the 1 dude. And I think that's all the guns that are on there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so starting off with the big shooter rounds, going into the 1 dude in a corner. 12 shots, hitting on 5s. Rerolling 1s.
No daka.
No daka. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits. Not great. Wounding on 3s. For 3 possible wounds.
No AP, 2 up saves. Yay! Heavy bolter in a crater survives.
The amount of survivability that a 2-up provides is ridiculous.
Unless
The fact that my army, for the most part, has no AP.
Yeah, I was about to say, unless I'm versing Necrons, in which case it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Alright, well, I need to gather dice. Alright, next up is going to be the 20 shots from the boys going into the heavy bolter squad. 20 shots, hitting on 5s, 1s reroll, 6s matter. That is a good amount of 6s, so let's go with 1. Just 3 rerolls.
1 more hit.
For 1 more hit. So 5 daka, giving me 2 more. So 11 total hits, or, yeah, wounding on 4s. For
5? Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5 total wounds.
5 2 up saves.
I got one.
Sorry, Sergeant. Hit out!
You don't have a big enough gun. Alright, and then I'm going to go with the kill cannon next. Going into the dreadnought. D6 number of shots. For 3. Hitting on 5s. For 2. Wounding on...
Strength 8 versus toughness 7.
So, 3s. 1.
EP minus 2, correct?
AP minus 2.
So a 5 up armor. Ooh, good job.
You made it. And then the custom Mega Blaster, where 1s also matter.
Yep.
Hitting on a 5. Hit. Wounding on a, pretty sure it's the same
Is it a
strength 8. I'm going to roll it, and then Tom will tell me. I got a 6.
Well, either which way that would be enough, because 6 is always wound.
Yep.
6 up save. No.
Yay!
D6 damage.
D6. 4.
Howie.
And then that's it for shooting. As tempting as it would be to charge your tank, I think I will hold out for now.
You don't want to get closer to my melee dudes?
1, I don't want to get closer to melee dudes. 2, I don't want to leave my my weird boy out hanging because he's more than 12 inches away.
Yeah.
So that will be the end of my turn.
Okay.
I am spending...
Your last command point.
Oh, no I'm not.
So you're just going to discard one of your remaining.
I'm just going to discard one of my remaining.
Okay.
And...
Did you actually get anything from...
No, I guess I didn't kill anything in shooting phase!
Alright. At the end of Mike's turn, I have to do a morale for this guy. Leadership 7 down to 5. He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
Alright, as we head into turn 2, having spent that stratagem last time to get rid of him with the 3 that I didn't succeed, and successfully defending 2 on Mike's last turn, means I get 5 new objectives. Witch Hunter, kill your Psyker. Master the Warp, I have no Psykers in my army, and I cannot deny at all from my army, so automatic toss. No Mercy, no Respite, score 1 victory point. If one enemy was destroyed or fails a morale test this turn, D3 if you can do this to 3 or more units.
Possible. Probable.
Blood and Guts, kill something in melee. No prisoners, kill a thing. Multiple bonuses if you kill multiple. And defend number 6.
Which is right there.
I have a feeling I know where my termies are about to appear.
You called that earlier, too.
Yes.
Alright, so on to your movement.
Alright, turn 2 for the Crimson Fists. There's a threat in my back line, so a decent chunk of this force is pulled back to deal with that. Lots of dudes have line of sight on it. Over here, pulled back off of Objective 2 now that I no longer need to hold it, getting everyone back into the terrain. Kept the Heavy Bolter dude standing still over there. And in Mike's back line, dropping in the Terminator squad to defend Objective 6 and to take out the Pain Boy. So that's going on there. At the end of the movement phase, 2 things happen. My Tech Marine restores D3 wounds to my Dreadnought for 2. And then my Apothecary on a 4-up returns a model to this unit.
Oh.
And I'll spend a command point. Oh.
Yay! My work has not been undone yet.
Oh well. With that being done, we're going to go on to the shooting phase. I am not moving my Doctrine. I'm leaving it in Devastator.
Fair enough.
And I think to start off with is going to be this squad of Tacticals firing into that squad.
Alrighty then.
Alright, there are 2, starting with the Tacticals there are 2 bolt guns within range and rapid fire. So they are going to be 4 shots hitting on 3s. We're rolling all to hit because of the nearby Chapter Master. 3 hits. Wounding on 4s. Rerolling 1s to wound because of the Lieutenant. Only 1 wound.
1 5 up. Made it with a 6.
Okay. 3 shots from their Heavy Bolter. Hitting on 4s because they did move. All hit and 2 unmodified 6s, so 2 more shots. Nope, 2 more hits.
Yep, because it's not DACA as we thought it was. It's Tesla.
I also forgot that you have a lot more than 5 more models, so I had a +1 to hit, so I ignore the -1 to hit.
Now, is it an unmodified roll of a 6?
Unmodified roll of a 6.
Okay.
So that is 5 hits with the heavy bolter.
Ugh.
And wounding on 3s. 4 wounds with AP -1. Actually, 2, because I'm still in Devastator.
Is it 4?
Yes. That's 4 dead.
That's 4 dead. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, darn it. That was foolish of me. You're going to charge me later. I should have pulled from the front.
Well, you also do kind of want to keep them there so I don't just shoot the weird boy.
Yeah.
Speaking of shooting next, my Devastator squad with heavy bolters are going to fire all their shots into the squad there. And they're hitting on 3s going into that unit. And actually, no rerolls at this point, because they're out of range.
Ah.
That was the whole point of me wanting that guy back, so that he'd go back into range. And strength 5 versus tough of 3, or tough of 4, so wounding on 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4 more, just dead.
Got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So, those 2.
Yep. Dreadnought's going to go ahead and activate next. Las Cannon into the looted wagon. And Stormbolter into the remaining 2.
Got it.
So Stormbolter first. 4 shots because he's a Dreadnought and stayed still, so Bolter Discipline. Hitting on 3s. All hits. Wounding on 4s. 2 wounds. And he's going to be out of range for the reroll 1s to wound.
Alright, well, 2 5-ups. Made 1, failed 1. Yeah, I'm putting 1 wound on the knob.
And not taking the random.
Not taking the random guy. There we go. I can do math, I swear.
Yeah, the Dreadnought's 2 last cannon shots going into the looted wagon, hitting on 3s. Both hit. Wounding on 3s. Both wound. AP -4, so I'm pretty sure that just ignores your armor.
Pretty sure.
And D6 damage each. For 11 once again.
Okay, well, hold on a moment. So he's not dead yet. He's got 1 wound left.
Alright. With the Dreadnought done, onto the Stalker. The Stalker is going to go ahead and fire its Combi Bolter into the 2 remaining back there, and then its anti-air weapons into the looted wagon.
Fair enough.
So starting off with Combi Bolter, 4 shots, hitting on 3s. For rerolling all to hit. Still 3. And wounding on 4s.
Go scatter to the 3 wins.
Just 1. Just 1.
Alright.
No AP.
1 5-up. No.
Knob dies.
Knob dies. Bye, Knob.
Alright, and then the 6 shots from its Stalker, Icarus, auto cannon things, the anti-air weapons, into the looted wagon, hitting on 4s, because you are a non-flying target. And we're rolling all to hit, because the nearby Chapter Master. All successfully hits. Strength 7 versus tough of...
It's going to be tough 8.
So wounding on 5s. Looks like 3 coming in with EP -2 because of the Devastator Doctrine.
Alright, which means I've got 3 5-ups.
Ooh,
Which means it's a dead thing. Does it explode? Doesn't matter. It's not near anything else.
Yay.
Poop. Dead. Okay, well,
Alright, up next to shoot is going to be my Tech Marine firing his bolt gun into that 1 poor remaining Ork.
alright.
2 shots, hitting on 3s. Rerolling to hit. Both hit. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound.
1 5 up. No.
Yes.
He did.
Another unit kill for me.
Yep.
Then my lieutenant, who's in rapid fire range of your Psyker, is going to go and rapid fire the Primarch's Wrath into it. Hitting on 3s, I think? Hold on, is it a 3 or a 2 for a lieutenant? Alright, hitting on 3s with Ballistic Skill going in. Rerolling to hit because nearby Chapter Master. All successfully hits. Strength 5 weapon, wounding on 3s. Rerolling wounds because he's nearby himself. For 3 wounds with, I do believe, EP -2
Oh,
off of the Primarch's Wrath.
okay. At that point, is it 5 or 4 for his wound count?
Primarch's Wrath is only EP -1, so 6 up saves.
All right, it's better than what I thought it was. So, does it count as a bolt gun?
Those were 2 wound. And yes, it does, and I totally forgot.
Okay. Like, does it... And it's a pistol, not a heavy.
No, it's a rapid fire. Rapid fire 2.
Okay,
Rapid fire
so-
range.
Oh, nope, get back here. Oh, it was a 6, too. All right, so 6 ups. None. He did.
Takes 2 damage a pop, so 6 damage.
Totaling 7 damage upon his person. He is the squish.
Yes. And then my Terminators take out the Pain Boy.
Yep.
All of their shots going in. So 4 Storm Bolters and an Assault Cannon.
Alrighty then.
Alright. 16 shots coming out of the Storm Bolters. Hitting on 3s, no reroll. 3 misses, so 13 hits. Strength 4 weapons versus a tough of 4 target.
Now, you did have at least like 1 6 or so. Does that count for them, or are they not using bolters?
They are, but doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't really matter, but...
You are absolutely correct. I completely forgot about it again. But I don't think it super matters.
No.
Wounding on 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 wounds. No AP, so you have 5 up saves.
Okay.
They also have an assault cannon still.
Well, actually, I think he's got a 6 up. I don't think he's wearing like any amount of...
I think it's a 6 up base, because all orcs have a 6 up base.
Yeah.
Then on the cover.
True, cover. I forgot about cover. So, 8 5 ups starting. I made 4. So 4 6 up, feel no pains. And does he have 5 or 4 wounds? Let's find out. So making that 1 feel no pain, he is down to 1 wound from 4.
Alright, and then the assault cannon.
Oh, okay, more shots.
Hitting on 4s. For 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds with EP -1.
Okay, well those just go through. So, do they do multiple damage?
You have a 6 up save. You have a 6 base. You're in cover.
So 2 6 up saves. No. Do they do multiple
They
damage?
just do 1 each.
All right, so 2 6 up, feel no pains, and he's dead. Yep.
Plowy blam.
Plowy blam.
And I think that is everything in my army that can shoot. That shot, yeah.
Yeah. Is your apothecary in range?
No.
He doesn't have 18-inch pistols?
1, he's out of range. 2, he failed to actually save someone, so he can't do anything else for the rest of the time.
Ah, okay.
Oh yeah, this unit.
That unit can fire.
Are you going to GG at the start of your turn to save me from having to roll those shots?
No, I'm not. I'm GGing now. Oh my god, I got devastated.
I succeeded in getting Witch Hunter, no prisoners, no mercy, and I started defending 6.
I didn't kill a single unit.
And I killed 3 or more units for no mercy, so that'd be D3.
Oh.
I killed 3 or more units, between 3 and 5 for no prisoner, that's another D3. So 2D3 plus 1 victory points.
Just out of curiosity, roll the D3s. 2 and 2.
Alright, so it'd be a total of 3 victory points.
Alright, but either way, with 1 group of boys, 1 leader character, and 1 vehicle, which will very quickly melt.
The moment that things get out of it.
But even in it,
Yeah.
I have no method of coming back up onto getting points, onto killing things, because I spent most of a shooting phase on this sorry bastard here.
Heavy bolts are hanging in.
Oh my god. And with 3 minutes left on the recording cam, at another reason.
And I hope everyone
enjoyed.
I'm surprised how well this worked for Space Marines. There's no prime. Well, there's one Primaris model, but it's an apothecary. So
And it didn't shoot once.
yeah.
And it failed to bring someone back. It didn't really do anything.
So maybe tacticals still could do good.
Yeah, just with heavy bolters.
Heavy bolters in cover while running,
The
Crimson
heavy
Fists,
bolter list.
Crimson Fists or Imperial Fists.
Alright, well, hope everyone enjoyed, and have a good one.